This game was played in 1849 in USA. Paul Morphy play with white pieces and his father play with black. So his father is Alonzo Morphy. So Paul Morphy starts with e4 and father replies with e5. Knight to f3, knight to c6, bishop to c4, Italian game. Bishop to c5 and Paul Morphy continue with b4 and sacrifice his pawn, and this is called Evans Gambit. So father accept the pawn. So why Paul Morphy sacrifice his b pawn? To create pressure with c3 and then d4 comes. Paul Morphy continue with c3, bishop to c5, d4, e takes d4, c takes d4 and again pressure on bishop. Bishop to b6 and Paul Morphy castles king side. Knight to a5, bishop to d3, d5, e takes d5, queen takes d5, bishop to a3, cover this diagonal to prevent a castle for black's king on king side. So father Morphy continue with bishop to e6 and Paul Morphy create pressure on queen with knight to c3, queen to d7, d5, bishop takes d5 and Paul Morphy exchange. So pause the video and think Paul Morphy's next move. So Paul Morphy continue with bishop to b5 and give a check to his father and sacrifice his bishop. And now discover attack comes on queen. If father continue with c6 to prevent a check and support the queen, but father would lose his queen if he moved c6 because this pawn is pinned by bishop. So this pawn couldn't capture Paul Morphy's queen. So father accept the bishop sacrifice and Paul Morphy continue with rook to e1 check. So all squares are covered. So father continue with knight to e7 and you can see that pressure on knight. But Paul Morphy didn't take this knight first and continue with rook to b1 and create pressure on queen. Queen to a6 and finally take this knight and check. King has only one move, king to f8 and Paul Morphy continue with queen to d5 and the direct threat is checkmate. So father Morphy offer for queen exchange to move his queen on c4. So now Paul Morphy can't give a checkmate with queen takes f7 because father could exchange his queen. So think Paul Morphy how to checkmate his father. So Paul Morphy continue with rook takes f7 check and you can see that if king moves to e8 then checkmate comes immediately. But father move his king on g8 and also Paul Morphy's final move. Father can't prevent this checkmate. Rook to f8 and checkmate because this rook is supported by bishop. So what a checkmate. Thanks for watching and bye for now.